cold had already taken my fingers. My toes went numb an hour before that. When you're freezing to death, your brain starts making deals with things it shouldn't. My name is Caleb Whitmore. I was part of a research team studying glacial formations in northern Alaska. When the storm hit, it scattered us like leaves. I ran blind through white nothing until my legs gave out. That's when I saw the entrance. It shouldn't have been there. A doorway carved into solid ice. Ancient symbols running down the frame. Glowing soft blue, like something was breathing behind them. I crawled inside. The temperature didn't change, but the air did. It tasted old, wrong, like opening a freezer that hadn't been touched in centuries. The chamber stretched deeper than the glacier should allow. At the center stood a pillar of ice so clear it looked like glass, and inside it, her, a woman, but not quite. Scales traced her cheekbones like veins of silver. Her skin was pale gray. Her hair floated frozen around her face, white as bone. She was beautiful the way a corpse is beautiful, perfect and terrible. Her eyes were closed, but beneath the lids, something moved. I tried to back away. My hand touched the base of the pillar to steady myself. The seal cracked, not like ice breaking, like skin splitting. The glow spread through the cracks. Then the ice didn't shatter. It pulled away from her, slowly, like it had been waiting for permission. Her eyes opened, gold, ancient, and so full of rage I couldn't breathe. Her first breath came out as fire. It shot straight up, punching through the ceiling, through the glacier, into the storm above. Across the mountains, lights answered, red flames igniting on distant peaks. One after another, dozens of them, war beacons. She looked at me. Her voice was dry, unused for centuries. "What have you done?" Before I could answer, the sky outside screamed. Not wind, not thunder, something alive. 3 shapes descended through the blizzard, massive. Wings like torn sails, eyes burning orange in the dark. Dragons. They didn't look at her. They looked at me. The first one opened its mouth and roared words I somehow understood. "Human infiltrator, the seal breaker. Kill him." They lunged. The queen moved faster. She grabbed me around the chest, her claws cutting through my jacket, and launched us both through a crack in the temple wall. We shot into the frozen sky. Behind us, fire exploded where I'd been standing. "Why are they attacking me?" I screamed over the wind. She didn't look back. "Because you freed me, and 600 years ago, I was the monster they buried to save themselves." Below us, more beacons ignited. The war had already begun. And somehow, I was the enemy. We hid in the bones of a dead volcano. The Queen called it the Ashen Archives. To me, it looked like Hell's library. Pillars of black rock stretched toward a ceiling I couldn't see. The walls glowed faint orange, veins of molten heat still pulsing beneath the surface. And everywhere, carved into stone, burned into the air itself, were records, living records. Words written in fire that moved when I looked at them. "Why did they seal you?" I asked. She sat on a broken throne of volcanic glass. Her golden eyes reflected the glow. "Because I refused to burn." "Burn what?" "Your cities, your people. 600 years ago, the Dragon Council demanded extinction. Humans were spreading too fast. They wanted fire across every settlement until nothing remained. I felt sick. And you said no?" I said no. Her voice was hollow. "So they called me weak, dangerous, a threat to dragon supremacy. They sealed me in ice and told the clans I was a monster who needed to be contained. She pointed to the wall behind me. "The truth is there. Touch it." I hesitated. The fire records pulsed like a heartbeat. "Touch it, Caleb. You need to understand what you are." I pressed my palm against the burning wall. It didn't hurt. Instead, memories flooded my mind. Not mine. Theirs. I saw the council, 12 dragons in human form, standing around the queen. I heard their accusations. Traitor, human sympathizer. I watched them drag her to the glacier. I felt the cold as they built the seal around her. Then I heard the clause. "The seal will hold until a human witnesses the awakening. Let their kind be accountable for her return. Let them carry the blame when war comes." They designed this. All of it. The seal wasn't just a prison. It was a contract, a trap. I wasn't chosen because I was special. I was chosen because I was human. Someone to point fingers at. Someone to justify the war they always wanted. I pulled my hand back, gasping. "I'm the scapegoat." "You're the witness," she said. "The only one who can prove I was never the monster." A roar shook the chamber. 3 dragon scouts burst through the archive entrance. Their scales were black as oil. Their eyes locked on me. The seal breaker, the queen's puppet, destroy them both. The queen moved like lightning. She met the first scout mid-air and finished him with her claws. The second hesitated. She didn't. When the last body hit the ground, she stood over them, breathing hard. Her own kind, dead at her feet. She looked at me with something I hadn't seen before. Fear. "They'll never forgive this," she whispered. "I've killed my own soldiers." From somewhere in the mountains, a horn sounded. The hunt had officially begun. The next 7 days taught me what it means to be hated by everyone. Dragon war bands darkened the skies, dozens of them, then hundreds. They moved in formations that looked like storm clouds with teeth. Every night, their fires lit up the horizon. Human cities started evacuating. I watched from scorched mountain passes as convoys fled south, families carrying everything they owned, children crying in the backs of trucks. They didn't know the truth. They just saw dragons gathering and assumed the end had come. They weren't wrong to be afraid. I carried the proof everywhere. The fire records had burned themselves into my memory. I could project them now, pull the truth from my palms like living photographs. The queen taught me that, but nobody wanted to see. The dragons called me the lie bearer. They said I had corrupted their queen with human sorcery. Every clan commander wanted my head mounted on a spike. The humans weren't better. Word spread fast. A man walking beside the Dragon Queen, speaking for her, defending her. To them, I was a traitor, something worse than an enemy. I was a collaborator. Both sides allowed me near negotiations, not because they trusted me, because killing me would start the war neither side was ready for. Yet, I stood in burned meeting halls, floating watch spires suspended between clouds, ruins of ancient peace temples that hadn't been used in centuries. Every meeting failed. The dragon commanders demanded the queen submit to the council. Bow. Admit her crimes. She refused. The human generals demanded the dragons retreat beyond the northern mountains, disappear. The commanders laughed. Each failure made things worse. Skirmishes broke out along the borders, small ones at first. A dragon scout attacking a military convoy. Human missiles bringing down a young warrior. Bodies on both sides. Ash drifted over cities that hadn't even been attacked yet. The fear was doing more damage than fire ever could, and the queen was fading. I noticed it first in her movements, slower, heavier, then in her voice. softer than before. "You're getting weaker," I said one night. We sat on a cliff overlooking a burning forest. Dragon fire, retaliation for a human ambush. "I'm refusing to dominate," she said. "That's what made me queen. The ability to command through strength. Every day I hold back, I lose more of what I was." "Then why hold back?" She looked at me. Those golden eyes were dimmer now. "Because if I become what they want, I prove them right. I become the monster they always said I was." In the valley below, another village caught fire. The clans were testing her, pushing her, waiting for her to break. And I realized the horrible truth. Peace wasn't just costing her authority. It was killing her. The shattered plateau sat above the clouds. This was where dragon law began, where the first councils made their first pacts. The stone was older than any nation, older than memory itself. Every clan gathered, hundreds of dragons in their true forms, wings blocking out the sky, eyes burning in the mist. The council stood at the center, 12 figures in human shape, watching me like I was an insect that had crawled onto their altar. The queen could barely stand. I held her arm as we walked forward. "You bring the traitor and the human to sacred ground?" The head counselor's voice echoed across the plateau. "This is not negotiation. This is insult." "This is truth," I said. I raised my hands. The fire records ignited from my palms, but not small, not contained. They exploded upward, painting the sky in burning words, every memory, every lie, every secret the council had buried for 600 years. The clans watched their history rewrite itself above their heads. They saw the queen refuse them. They saw the council drag her away. They heard the claws, the trap designed to blame humanity for her return. They saw everything. The head counselor's face twisted with rage. Lies, human sorcery, finish them both. The queen stepped forward. Her voice was barely a whisper, but somehow it carried. "I offer coexistence, no dominance, no submission. Two peoples sharing one world." Silence. Then the council raised their hands together. Execution fire. 12 streams of white flame converged on the queen. I didn't think, I just moved. I stepped in front of her. The fire hit me like a collapsing star. I felt my skin tear, my bones scream. Every cell in my body tried to die at once, but I didn't. I stood there, burning, bleeding, broken, alive. The fire stopped. Every dragon on that plateau stared at me. The council, the clans, the queen herself. I shouldn't have survived. No human could survive execution fire. It was designed to erase, to leave nothing. But I was still standing. The head counselor stepped back. For the first time in 600 years, I saw fear in his ancient eyes. "What are you?" I didn't answer. I couldn't, but the queen spoke for me. "He is the witness, and now he is something you cannot erase." The dragons retreated, not defeated, not surrendered, just hesitant. Below the plateau, human convoys stopped fleeing. The war didn't end that day. Wars never end clean. But it paused. The treaty was never signed, never carved in stone or written in flame. It existed only in memory, in the image of a burned man who refused to fall. I am still their enemy, both sides. But now I am an enemy they're afraid to ignore. And sometimes, fear is the only language that keeps the peace.